Hey, what's up, guys? DJ D-phlo here, and today I've got the CDJ 350s in front of me. I want us to have a young discussion regarding how different is it mixing on a 350 and mixing on a 3000. Yes, of course, the 3000, it's like driving your Bentley. It's a nicer comfort ride, kind of thing. However, the when it comes to the bottom line things, they're the same. Comes to the tempo, comes to tempo range, it's the same thing. Yes, the jog wheel might feel a little bit different because it's a bit bigger, but it's not any different. If you are mixing manually and you're mixing on a 350, you should be able to mix on a 3000 without any problems. If you're mixing on a 3000 and you get a 350, you should be mixing on a 350 with no problems. The only other things would be the inconveniences of you have to use two USBs. You don't have access to record box features as well as you would on the 3000, for example. Another thing that I've noticed a lot is guys that would mention that the BPM on the 350s is not accurate, or rather it jumps around a lot. There's a very good reason for that. And let's just jump back into history and just give you a quick example of what I'm talking about. Now, pre 2009, all the decks that came pre 2009, now I'm talking about the CDJ 800, CDJ 400, CDJ 200, CDJ 100, all the smaller line decks, even the CDJ 1000s, MK1, MK2, and MK3s, they did not have record box features. Ne? And for the deck to pick up a BPM, it needs to play the song, and once the song starts playing, it starts calculating the BPM, and every so often it needs to keep coming back and recalculating, and that's where you find that the BPM is jumping around. So the main reason as to why this happens is because the deck itself does not know the BPM of your songs, because you're not using the softwares that the deck needs to read that particular song. For example, I know obviously pre 2009 that feature was not there, or rather that software was not there. Rekordbox was only introduced in 2009 and moving up. So to the CDJ 2000, CDJ 900s, 850s, CDJ 350s, and so forth, all have Rekordbox features. They might not all be the same, of course, like the 350s. It's the basic of what's it called? It just reads the playlist that you have on Rekordbox, but also it also communicates with the song, knowing very well that it knows the BPM of this song at this point. When you load your songs onto Rekordbox, for example, it analyzes the song. It then gives you a BPM of the song. When you export that song onto a stick and then onto the deck, that BPM is going to be the exact same as on Rekordbox. So it does not need to do any calculations, and therefore it will not change. It will remain as, for example, 115. The only time it will change is if you play around with the tempo. That's the only time it's going to change. So that's one of the major problems. Then another issue, obviously this has nothing to do with the actual beat matching or the actual capabilities of beat matching with the deck, is that a lot of guys do not maintain these decks. I know these decks they're workhorses. These work day in, day out. I mean, these are probably the toughest decks you will find. 350s. These things, yeah, they will run a mile for you. But the problem is a lot of guys don't maintain these things, and you find that the cues and the players are not playing the way they're supposed to play, and the DJ that does not understand, or rather that is not used to playing on your CD players. I mean, you might be used to playing with them without the cue. You know how to play with yours. But come another DJ that wants to play a set and leave, now he must now focus on knowing how to use your deck specifically, because yours is a limited edition 350. So you understand, it's those kind of things that also make people or give this deck a bad name. Because I know there's a whole lot of these decks in the country. I mean, most of the decks are these when it's on a day to day. Only on event days you'll find those 3000s and 2000s and fancy decks. So yeah, those are other things that we need to look out for when it comes to these particular decks. But to cut things short quickly, I'm going to play two songs. I've got a song on here, I've got a song on here. I'm going to show you how beat matching on here is no different to beat matching on a 3000, for example. I'm going to do the exact same thing I did on my beat matching video, but instead with the 350s. Let's go. The exact same thing I'm going to do here is what you do on any other deck. I can't speak for the deck if it's faulty. I can only speak for the deck if it's working the way it's supposed to be working, and therefore you'll be able to mix properly. If it's faulty, I mean, that's something else. Let's put this stick in here. I'm just going to give you a quick example. Put the other stick in here. So let me give you a quick example here of what happens if you have something on Rekordbox. Né? So all the music that comes up in playlists when your stick is open. So obviously, if you have not exported onto via Rekordbox, you will not have all these other folders. It will just show you the folders that you've put onto the stick. Né? But playlist, if I go to playlist and I go to any song here, let's say this song, track number 1, immediately, let me just scroll back here to show the, yeah, immediately the BPM will come up. Any song that I go to next, let's say number 2, there it is, BPM number 3, here, BPM number 4. You see, so I'm just giving you a practical as to what the difference is then. Now I'm going to go to any other folder, or the folders, these folders. So anything that is under folders is any music that is not gone through Rekordbox and was just sent to the stick. So it gives you, it puts it away in its own folder. Né? Let's jump into this folder. Let's just say, let's say here, any song here. Let me just find. No, not memory lane. Yeah. Okay, anything here. Né? Just want to find songs that I haven't played. See here. No BPM, and there's a reason for that, because this song has not been analyzed and therefore it's not going to give you a BPM. However, let me just close this up so that when I mix, hopefully whatever I select this side is going to be a different speed. And oh, here it is. I'm going to go down to folder, and let's say, here we go, there's a song again, no BPM, even though the song is showing no BPM. Let's cover this up. Okay. Now I'm going to mix both of the songs. I've left the faders up. I'm going to mix the songs together and then we will see. Hopefully the songs are 2 different speeds. The song this side. Now I'm going to mix this side then. And here the difference. Yeah, perfect. This one is fast. Make it slower. And then slow down. There you go. Hear that now. Of course, this would be in your headset at the time while you are just practicing with order bit. And then you stop, and then you've prepared your song now. Now you're going to mix into that one. And that's how you beat match on a 350, guys. There's really no difference between what I've shown you and if you use the same technique on any other deck. Like I said, if it's faulty, really I can't speak for faulty decks. If the deck is working properly, you should be able to catch the beat that quick. It also really depends on whether or not you know which song is faster between the two, and that goes through training and practice. I hope this video helps someone out there. Thanks for watching. Cheers.